Okay, as many of you know, WWE has a premium live event, Crown Jewel, coming up this weekend. These are my predictions, my thoughts, what I would like to see happen versus what I would want to see happen. Here are my predictions for WWE Crown Jewel this Saturday. We'll start with the pre-show match, which is Sami Zayn versus JD McDonough. I think that Sami Zayn probably will win, although I think this is the right time to give JD his first big win on the main roster. Um, Sami Zayn is a big enough star where he can take the loss and it won't affect him that much. I think my prediction is JD wins the match. He needs to win more to further his storyline with the Judgment Day to make him more a member of that group. JD McDonough gets the victory, albeit not a clean victory. Moving on to another member of the Judgment Day, Damian Priest versus Cody Rhodes. Would not be surprised if this is match of the night. I expect a great back and forth contest, but in the end, I do see Cody Rhodes beating Damian Priest. But this might not be the last time we see Damian Priest during the show. Possible spoiler for later on in the video. So far we have the Judgment Day 1-1 in their two matches, if you want to consider JD McDonough part of the Judgment Day. The next match, Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul. Short and sweet. Logan Paul wins the U.S. title. You know, takes it with him when he's doing his podcast, when he's doing his public appearances. Logan Paul is an underrated wrestler. Great on the microphone, great heel. It was a questionable decision, in my opinion, to even put the U.S. title on Rey, but this is a great way and a great person to have take the title from Rey, because Logan can build a big program for either the Royal Rumble, where you've been taking it into WrestleMania, and give the U.S. title a big showcase heading into one of those big shows. The women's title, I don't see Bianca Belair coming right back on the scene and winning the women's title. I see Io Sky holding on to the title. Um, Certainly not clean. I think damage control helps. I think both Bailey gets involved and helps cost Bianca the title. Io Sky wins. John Cena versus Solo Sikoa. It's easy to say Solo Sikoa wins this because who knows how much longer John Cena is going to be around during this run, even though there are reports that he's going to be around longer than expected. But then when he threw out that promo about, I don't know if I can still win the big one, it planted a seed of doubt in my head as to the result of this match, because I thought it was a foregone conclusion that Solo was going to win this match. I no longer think it's a foregone conclusion that Solo is going to win this match. I expect a very good match between the two. But in the end, I think Big Match John pulled out one more big match and does beat Solo. And for Solo, losing to John Cena does not hurt him, especially if it's in a good match. The next one, the Fatal 4-Way for the women's world title, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Rhea Ripley, and Raquel Gonzalez and Zoe Stark. I guess it's a Fatal 5-Way, actually. This is a tough one for me because I could very easily see Rhea Ripley losing the title, not so much because she deserves to lose the title. I've said it before, and I mean no disrespect to the Women's World Championship, because you will not find a bigger proponent of women's wrestling than me. But the fact is, with Rhea's involvement in the Judgment Day, that storyline supersedes that world title. So I could very easily see her losing the title. The beautiful thing about this match is she can lose the title without getting pinned, so it doesn't hurt her all that much. Um, my prediction, I would love to see Shayna Baszler win, because I've said it before, I think she should be set up as the female Brock Lesnar, make her the dominant force in the women's division. She deserves it. She could pull it off. She's a badass. My prediction, though, is I'm going to say Zoe Starks. Zoe Starks tastes gold for the first time on the main roster and in WWE. Zoe Starks wins the Women's World title. The World Heavyweight Championship, another interesting one. Anybody that follows the internet knows the situation with Drew McIntyre and his contract. What's being reported is he has not agreed to a new contract. I don't know. I certainly am not high enough in the pecking order of things to know where any contract negotiations are. Traditionally speaking, WWE is not overly kind to those that contracts are about to expire. So I think the result of this match will be a telltale sign of where they are with Drew. I've been saying it for the last couple months, especially when he was feuding with Nakamura. It's time for Seth Rollins to lose the world title. He hasn't been a bad world champion, but I do think the reign has been underwhelming. I do think Drew is a perfect guy to take it off him. I think we're really going to see where WWE views Drew McIntyre heading into these contract negotiations. If Seth Rollins wins completely clean, then I would worry about Drew's future in the company. It would be, but then I could also see Drew getting the title, getting that run for the company testing. Let's see how he does while he's carrying the ball, so to speak. My ultimate prediction, going off of tradition, the way WWE handles things, I'm going to say Seth keeps the title. Seth remains the World Heavyweight Champion. And the final match of the night for the WWE Championship, Roman Reigns versus LA Knight. There is nothing more than I would love to say LA Knight ends Roman Reigns' title run. LA Knight deserves it. LA Knight's the hottest thing in the company this side of Rhea Ripley. He is over. The fans eat up everything he says. He's decent in the ring. He just gets it. He's on that level where The Rock was before The Rock truly became The Rock. He's slowly starting to ascend, and I think this would be an ultimate boon and boost for his career. But I don't see WWE ending this long of a title reign for Roman outside the United States, and definitely outside of WrestleMania. So because of that, I'm picking Roman. I would not be surprised to see a little Judgment Day expansion, and I'll leave it at that. Those of you that know what I'm referring to. And one last thing before I end this prediction video, it would not completely shock me to see Damian Priest cash in. So just because I picked Seth Rollins to beat Drew McIntyre does not necessarily mean I think Seth Rollins leaves Saudi Arabia the World Heavyweight Champion. Let me know what thoughts you agree with, who you think are going to win matches, what your predictions are in the comments below. Consider liking and subscribing. Greatly appreciate it on that slow grind to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks. Enjoy the show.